What's up guys? In today's video I'm going to teach you and I'm going to show you how to take the prices, the ticks from Binance. You're going to see that it's something very simple, and yeah, let's get to that. How are we going to do this? We are going to use WebSockets. So how do we use this? First of all, you have here the documentation about the WebSockets and Binance. It is something very simple, and yeah. So we are going to do this in Python. And how do we do this? So the thing that we can do is that we have to create a file called Binance ticks. For example, you can give it any name. And inside here, we have to import a class. How? We have to take it from the WebSocket library. And here we have to import the WebSocket app. And now we have to create an object with that class. So we are going to call the constructor. And inside here, we need several things. First of all, a URL, which is a string. And which string? How do we know what do we have to put here? In order to know that, you have to come here to the documentation. And at the beginning, you have that the base endpoint is this one. So if we take this thing, we put it here, and now we check what else do we need, you are going to see that in order to take a raw stream, which is the thing that we are going to take, we need to use this. So here we put this, and you can see that here we have to put a stream name. Which stream name? Again, we come here to the documentation, but this is here in the K-line candlestick part. So as you can see, it is telling us that the stream name is symbol K-line interval. So you take this and you put that here. So now we just need two things, the symbol and the interval. Which symbol is this one? So if, for example, you come to Binance, you can see here that you have BTC USDT. This is the symbol. You don't have to check for anything else. For example, if you want ARA BTC, you just put ARA BTC. But we are going to use this one, BTC USDT. So now what we are going to do here is to put BTC USDT. Put it like I'm doing without capital letters, and that's it. And now for the interval, the last thing, as you can see here, we have all the intervals that we can put. So for example, we have 1 minute, 3 minutes, 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, etc. So we are going to use 1 minute, and here we are going to put this. So now we need another thing, which is a method. As you can see here, we can set a lot of things. So for example, we can set a method for onOpen, onMessage, onError, onClose, etc. These are functions that are going to be executed like events. So for example, the one that we need is onMessage. So whenever we receive a message, we want to do something. And what is that something? We are going to create that. So here we are going to call this function, for example, onMessage, and it receives two arguments. You can call this XY, but the first argument is a WebSocket, and the second argument is the message. So you put here message or MSG. Now the next thing that we have to do is to, in this case, just print the message. For now, just printing that, and later we will do more things. So here we are going to put onMessage, and now we just have to take the object and execute the method run forever. And I forgot to put this here. So now if we put Python Binance ticks, you are going to see that on every message that we receive, we have all the ticks. But as you can see, those ticks are strange. What is this? This is a string, but it's also a dictionary in a JSON format. So how do we transform this JSON format to an actual dictionary in Python? For that, we have to import the library JSON. So here we are going to create a tick variable, which is going to contain that dictionary. And how do we do this? We are going to put here JSON loads and the message, which is the string. So now in this tick variable, we are going to have all this. But how do we check if that's true? So what we can do is that instead of printing the message, we are going to print the tick. And something very similar should be here. there is going to be a small change, which is these double quotes. Python doesn't use double quotes, it uses single quotes. So what we can do is to execute this, and as you can see, and as I told you, here Python is using single quotes, but this is what we need. So now, how do we interpret this data? How do we know what is each thing? So in the documentation, we have more things, and here you have that the dictionary contains all these things. And these things are, for example, we have here the close, that is what we are going to use now, and for example, the open price, etc. So let's print now the open price. We are going to take the tick, and here we are going to go to the K dictionary because all this information is in the K dictionary. And now here we are going to take the C value, which is the close. So here we are going to put this, and that's it. Now the next thing that we have to do is, well, we are going to print this, so we are going to test if this is working and if now is printing only the closes. So this is good. This means that it's working okay. And now we can do more things. And the last thing that I want to show you is what is this X value. This X value is telling us if the K line is closed. It means that, hey, is this last tick the last tick of the previous candle? If it is true, this is going to be true, and if it is false, it's not. So this is a good way of checking the last candle and creating another candle. So what we can do here is to create an if and saying if tick. Now we access the K dictionary, and inside the K we access the X value. We are going to print the new candle. So let me execute this. And if we now execute this, let's hope that we don't have to wait. Well, we have to wait, so see you in a second. So as you can see here, now we receive the new candle message. Why did we receive it when a new minute was created, when a new minute came? So each candle is created in every minute because we decided to choose the 1 minute. If it was 5 minutes, it would be every 5 minutes, but it's obviously whenever a new minute comes. No one example, no. It's whenever a new minute comes, and it can be every 15 minutes, every minute, etc. So this is everything I wanted to show you in this video. As you can see, dealing with data in Binance is very simple because now it just depends on the logic that you want to put, but it is very simple. Creating operations is another thing, and I'm learning that. So for another video, I will do that. I hope you understood the video, that you are now able to take data from Binance, and if so, give it a like, share, subscribe, and see you in the next one.